Hello friends, so today we are going to make a squirrel. So this is half a square. First step is we're going to fold this in half. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Crease. And then we are going to fold this again in half, like this. Then we're going to flip this over, do the exact same thing. Once you have this, we're going to open it up in the middle. And then I'm just going to flip this over. So first step is this side. We're going to bring it to the middle. So we're going to have a valley fold, then a triangle. So something like this. Just increase on that. And then exact same thing on the other side. Crease. And we should have something like this one. Now we're going to use this line that we created at the bottom as a reference, and then just slowly fold that. And then just follow that line as much as you can. And then we're just going to reverse the fold so that we can have a better crease on the other side as well. So I'm just going to crease that. And okay, so bring it back like this, and then slowly open this up, and then push on this part so that you can collapse this part like this one. So I'm just going to crease, and then we're going to do it again on the other side. So push, then slowly collapse. If you have some solid creases in there, you should be able to do this real quick and without any difficulty. Okay, so we have this, and we were able to create a couple of flaps in here. So I'm just going to bring that up. And then what we're going to do here at the bottom is we're going to repeat the same thing. So this side into the middle, just a triangle. So our paper doesn't seem to be a perfect rectangle, but that's okay. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing. Then we're going to crease. So you should have something that's looking like this. Okay, now fold it like this in half. And then what we're going to do is we need a crease, a diagonal crease here. So just this line that we have, just fold it like this, right? And align it to the paper up top. So I'm just going to crease this so you can see what it looks like after. So it looks like this, because this is going to be easier to execute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down, the flap, and then we are going to do some kind of a reverse fold like this. Like, hopefully you can see this, but I'll show you the end result, so it shouldn't be that hard to figure out. So the reason why we did that crease is so we can have something like this, right? So the flaps up top, the two ones we have, and then the single flap here. Nice. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're going to do is the exact same thing we did earlier. So this line, we're going to bring it up because we need the square in here. So I'm just going to fold that and crease this as properly as you can, because it's really important. So you have this, right? And then, so once you have that, we need another crease in here. So you can either fold it like this, just follow that line, or the other side as well. But I'm gonna do it on this side, so just so you can see. So I'm just gonna fold it like that. Then I'm gonna crease this, and then I'm gonna unfold it again, so you can see what it should look like. So unfolding. So see, we have this diagonal line, and then we have a straight line. Now we need another diagonal line at the bottom, so we need it here. So this one you bring onto this side. So I am just going to fold it like this, right? So bring that down, and then collapse, no, unfold, and then you should have something like this. And then the next step is we're going to do a reverse fold on this one. So that was a pre-crease. What I'm going to do is open it up and then just do a reverse fold on the last one we did. Let me just, yeah, so if you were able to crease it right, it should look like this. So I'm going to put it down so you can see what it looks like. And then we're going to do another reverse fold, but we're going to follow this line. So you can do a pre-crease in here so it's easier for you. Once you have that, open it up and then bring this guy up like this, then fold it again, and then you should have something like this. So you can probably see the frame of the squirrel now. Okay, so we're going to do another fold. What we're going to do here is we are going to line this up into this line in the middle. So you can just do another pre-crease because it's going to be another reverse fold, but it should look like this. Wait, let me just straighten that up so you have your frame of reference. So this one is a pre-crease, just doing it this way. So it should look like this, but we're gonna unfold that and then do a reverse fold. So I'm gonna show that to you. This one should stay. This part should be a reverse fold. So if you did that right, you should have a model that's looking like this now. I'll just stop for a bit. So this is a straight line, right? So this is going to be the tail, obviously, but you should start referencing it like this. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold this up. Let me just show you so it's closer. You should be able to see a line in here, right? That crease we did earlier. So just fold that up and follow along that line like this. So I'm going to crease this. And then the next step is we're just going to fold this part in half. So we're just going to bring that down and then fold that in half. So I'm going to try and crease that properly. And then we're going to put it down so you can see what it looks like, right? So that's what we did. And then I'm going to flip this over. We're going to do the exact same thing. So fold up along these lines and then crease. Just going to crease that. So we're going to have this, and then again fold this guy down and then just follow those lines. Follow the same line. So like this. So increase this. And if you did that right, then you should have something like this now. So I'm gonna bring it over. So that's basically the leg. So it can stand like this. So this is gonna be the head. We're gonna start building it as well. Okay, so now that we have this, we need to do a fold. We're going to, this is going to be the ears. We need to line this up to this part, this one. So I'm just going to fold that down, and then I will line it up like this, right? So fold, crease, it should look like this, lined up to this part. Okay, so I'm going to flip, do the same thing, fold down, line it up, and then crease. Okay, cool. Now, we're gonna fold this up again, just following the same line, but we are going to fold it here on this edge. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm gonna fold that up, aligned, and it should look like this. So I'm gonna repeat, same thing on the other side. Fold up, just align it to the other one we just did, and then crease. Cool. So you can probably see our squirrel. So now this one, we're just going to make it the snout. So you can do a pre-crease in here if you feel like doing so. Just fold that and then crease. And then open that up. And then inside reverse fold. And kind of messed that up, but that's okay. So, hello. So that's a head. And then we just need to clean up. So this one, this part, this flap that's showing up, we need to fold it inside, but I'm going to show you how you should fold it, but it's not that difficult. So just fold it like this. You can just eyeball this one, because we just need to make the neck thinner. So it should be just something like this. I'm going to show it to you once it's done, but it's just like that. So it's just a tiny bit, and then just fold it on the other side. Again, doesn't need to be perfect, just, and you can start shaping it actually at this point, just to make it look a bit better than what we have now. So it should look like this. Then flip that over, do the same thing on the other side, fold it in, okay, and then crease, and it should look something like this. Okay, so the next step is we are going to try and bring out the arm. So this is going to be the arms, right? So the fold here is, it's like a crimp. You fold it here and then you fold it here. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try and do a pre-crease so you can see. So that one, and then another one that looks like this. I'm going to show you once this is done. So we're not going to go full. We're just going to do half. So we have this line, and then we have this line, and then open that up. And then just slowly push this part, and then the other part down, right? So you will have this. And then once you have that fold, you should be able to do it like this part. Don't make a big deal if this isn't going to look exactly as you wanted it, but that's because that's totally fine, right? So just do it like this, and if you were able to do that right, your model should look like this now. And then, so that the arm is going to be more visible, we're just going to fold this little bit of part inside. So I'm just open that up and then just slowly fold that in. You can probably push it like this. So just push that as as far as you can. And it's not a biggie if, like, you can push it, like, properly, because the arms are going to be showing like this anyway. But that's the goal. Then, of course, we're going to repeat it on the other side. So I'm just going to push that in. And then crease. And then your little dude should look like this now. So just try and keep unfolding that, because the arms generally look better than this one that I made. But the other bit that you can do to improve this model is just, like, you can start shaping it here. And then just doing like a little push so that he would look like this. Right? So that he has that little nice tiny. So this is how he's going to look in front. He's barely recognizable. But the other bit you can do, of course, is open up the ears. So I'm messing up on the ears a bit. But this is how he's going to look like up front. And then I'm just going to reestablish that fold in there. And we are done. So this is our squirrel. And he looks nice. But yeah, so the squirrels, when they get nuts and stuff and they bury it like everywhere along the forest, they forget like 74% of the nuts that they bury. And those are the ones that grow into trees. So they're basically accidental conservationists. And so if you see one, make sure you thank them for all the trees that they planted. And that's our fold for today. Try and make it, because there's a lot of interesting folds in here and you're going to learn a few things. That's it for this fold. Happy folding.